Hey friends, let's dive deeper into goal setting for 2025. Last time we talked about using AI to create a plan for health, wellness, or fitness goals. This time, I want to show you how to apply the same approach to a completely different type of goal, like finances, learning, or even planning a trip. So for this tutorial, I'll use my second big goal of 2025 as an example. So goal number two for 2025 is I want to learn Italian at an advanced level by the end of the year. You see how specific that is? It's measurable, which is I can take tests to assess my speaking, writing, understanding level. And it's time bound because I want it by the end of the year, December 31st. So now, before we get into the AI part, let's talk really briefly about why this goal matters to me. Trust me, understanding your why behind your goals is a game changer when it comes to staying committed. So here's the backstory. My dad's family is from Italy, from a small village near Mount Vesuvius above Napoli. And one of my best friends is getting married in Italy in late spring, early summer of next year, 2026. And I'm going to his wedding and I'm planning to extend my trip and to visit my family's ancestral home in the Campania region. And to really experience it, I need to speak Italian confidently because I'm going to be in an area up in the hills, as you can see, like in this picture, kind of up in those hills, um, where people will not speak English. So I need to have a really strong command of Italian in order for the trip to be more meaningful. So on my mom's side, I'm Latin. I already speak Spanish, and I've traveled to around 25 countries in the last 14 years. While I was in Germany and back in 2022, I decided I wanted to live in Europe someday. And it occurred to me, what better place in Europe than my family's homeland? So that's when I decided to start learning Italian. And for the past 2.5 years, I've been using Duolingo. At first, I made really great progress. I could tell I was really progressing well. But toward the end of 2024, I noticed that my progress was slowing down. In full transparency, I do have some background here. My undergrad is in Spanish linguistics. So I'm really familiar with how languages are acquired. And that's when I turned to ChatGPT for help. So let me show you how I used AI to build a personalized language learning plan. If you didn't already notice from my last video, how you prompt these large language models is really important. It's actually the key to getting back responses that are truly meaningful for you. So I'm going to share my screen now. And I'm going to show you um, a couple of things. First, obviously, a couple of pictures. So this is, again, like that's Mount Vesuvius. This is, sort of the hillside below where some people, quite a few people live. This is a view from Napoli. So this is Naples and the view there. Naples is the third largest city in Italy. And here's another view from Naples up to Mount Vesuvius. So let's jump into the ChatGPT part. So this is what I told ChatGPT. This was my original prompt. Initially I was just looking for TV shows to watch because I was like, man, was telling myself, I'm not learning the way that I was before. I feel like my learning's kind of stagnated and I need to pick up something that will help me. So I thought I'll need to watch more TV shows. So I told it I've been learning Italian for the past 2 years plus. I watched some TV shows on Netflix, including Suburra, Blood on Rome, and La Legge di Dio Poet. And what are some other Italian language TV shows or movies that I might enjoy on either Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Peacock, or Prime? I was very specific because these are the streaming services that I have. Yes, I know I have too many streaming services. I have them mainly because my mom loves to watch streaming. She's retired, and so she uses my accounts. And but also I don't really watch that much TV unless I'm watching sports. I watch a lot more streaming, and I like to watch foreign language, whether it's Italian or something else. So I have these streaming services. But anyway, I digress. So it told me if you're looking to expand, it gave me a list of TV shows. So it says you can watch Gomorra, which I'm watching right now. And it gave me a couple others. I didn't watch this one. I didn't watch this one. I did watch Summertime. I really enjoyed it. I'm also looking to watch television shows from different regions of Italy because the accent is quite different. And sometimes it's easier to understand in certain regions than in other regions. It's kind of challenging to understand. Unlike the US, I think we can pretty much understand everybody in the US, but if you go to like England, which is really small, even in London, in different parts of London, right? You're like, "What? Is that even English?" Because it sounds so different. Even they have a hard time understanding people from certain parts of or regions of, England or certain regions of London. So I think Europe is or Italy is kind of similar to that. Maybe different parts of Europe are similar to that. And then it said, this is the selections that should provide you a diverse and engaging way to continue your Italian language learning journey. So one thing I want to point out here is it says sources. And here's another tip about using ChatGPT specifically. Um, if you click this little thing, it looks like a web, like the internet. It says search the web. And if you click sources right here, it will open up a list of all of the sources that it searched on the web to answer my question. Now, when I prompted this, I did not click the search the web. You can tell it to search the web, or if it thinks that searching the web is the best way to answer this question, which obviously that's the best way to answer this specific question, then it's going to search the web automatically. But you can tell it to search the web for information. This is a new feature for free accounts. Again, I'm showing you using a free account. But this feature has been available for um, paid subscribers for quite some time. So, if you are looking for information from the web, you can always use this button, but it may decide to look for information from the web anyway. All right, so then I told this got me thinking, hey, it can help me with my whole plan. I was like going to it originally just to get some ideas about what TV shows or movies I could watch on streaming services, specific streaming services. But I thought, oh my gosh, duh, Verge, why don't you use it to help you create your whole plan? So I said, I've been using Duolingo for the past 2+ years, but I feel I'm not learning fast enough. What do you suggest to help me learn faster? So first it came up with this: immerse yourself daily, TVs and movies, podcasts and audiobooks. It even gave me some ideas for podcasts and audiobooks. It said speak as much as possible using apps like Hello Talk or Tandem, where you can chat with native speakers. And then in return, you help them with English. eTalkie or Preply. I have to admit, I had no idea these 4 apps that it mentioned even existed. I did not know. So this I could take lessons with Italian tutors. It says even 30 minutes twice a week can improve your fluency. Read Italian daily. So books, starting with children's books, that's absolutely a great way to learn. If you're trying to learn another language, start with children's books. I've done that. I did it with Hebrew. And I've recommended it to people as well. I don't know why it didn't occur to me, but ChatGPT reminded me. I guess it's been a while. And then read news. Gives me 3 different news sources. I haven't tried that yet. It says write in Italian, so journaling, writing short daily entries, language communities, going on Reddit's Italian language forums, structured courses. It suggested Pimsleur or Babbel, and memorize. And then traveling to Italy, notice it said if possible. And then it says practicing consistency. So it gave me like this whole little sort of some ideas. This gave me ideas. So I said, okay, zooming in on Babbel, how many minutes per day do you suggest that I use Babbel? And so it said, for Babbel, 15 to 30 minutes is the sweet spot, and it explains why. Then it says breaking it down for faster learning. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. And it explains on what I should focus on during each of those 10 minutes. And then it says, would you like tips on integrating Babbel with your other learning language tools like Duolingo or Italki? And I wrote back and said, I stopped using Duolingo and I've joined Babbel. Please incorporate Babbel into my learning plan. So it took that as a cue to create a learning plan for me. And here's exactly what it did. It said, here's your daily plan in 30 to 45 minutes total. If you really want to learn Italian at an advanced level, you're going to have to put in 30 to 45 minutes a day. But 10 minutes, new lesson. So it talks about Babbel. Here's what you work on in Babbel. Here's your listening practice, 10 to 15 minutes. It breaks down the actual minutes for me. Watching Italian TV show, 30 minutes. It says this is optional. Speaking practice, 15 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week. Reading and writing. So it wants me to read and write in Italian articles, news, or short stories. And then it gives me a weekend focus. So it says watch a movie or binge watch Italian TV shows and deep dive into grammar or vocabulary. Okay. ChatGPT just gave me permission to binge watch television. Did we just become best friends? I mean, when I read that, I was like, this thing just gave me permission to binge watch TV. I always feel guilty when I sit down and watch TV because I'm like, I could be getting something done. I could be, reading. But this is giving me permission. Like it is prescribing binge watching TV for me. Okay, we just became best friends. ChatGPT, my new BFF. Totally. Um, so then I said, okay, this actually gave me, by reading through this, it gave me an idea. I was like, dude, I could write my grocery lists in Italian. I'm in the store and I'm thinking like when I pick up eggs, I'm like uovo. And when I pick up butter, I'm like burro. And I'm thinking like these words in Italian. So I'm like, why am I not writing these things in Italian? So it gave me that idea. So I said, I've started listening to Italian language music because it gave me that idea as well. And I started writing my grocery lists in Italian. Please incorporate these activities into my plan and consider any similar activities that could be helpful. So it did. It said, here's your daily plan, listening practice. So it included music, podcast, audiobooks, writing practice. It included my grocery list and journaling. Watching Italian TV shows, it tells me to use the subtitles and then to shadow and repeat dialogues to boost speaking skills, which I do. When I watch the TV, a lot of times I hear them say something and I just, like a little parrot, I just copy them. I just say it back again, the exact same thing. Not that I respond in Italian, but that I actually just repeat it in Italian. And then Italki or Preply, Hello, Tandem, and then it again goes into the Italian movies and TV shows. Again, it gives me permission to binge watch. I'm still best friends. Cooking in Italian, it added that. Music deep diving, so it tells me to translate the lyrics of some of my favorite songs. And then it came up with some other things. How about labeling your home using sticky notes for household items? Brilliant. I could just write sticky notes. I mean, my house is going to look funny, but who cares? I live alone. And just put sticky notes of the names of things on, an object until I have memorized that object by heart. And then playing games, social media, following Italian influencers, and commenting in Italian. That's new as well. And then digital assistant, changing my phone to all of the prompts when you open up, and so it won't say like Wednesday, January 8th or whatever. It will say it in Italian. So changing everything in my phone into Italian as well. That's brilliant too, because we kind of know where things are. So I would naturally be able to kind of understand for the most part. I might need to look something up, but I would understand, what that word refers to. So it also it always is going to ask for feedback. So you can give it this little thumbs up if you like what it gave you. And it's if you would like recommendations or for Italian playlists or recipes, it asks you that. You could always you can ignore that question and you can ask another question and just keep building on this. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Okay. And so that's it. As you can see, AI can be a really powerful tool for breaking down even the biggest goals into simple, actionable steps. So whether you're learning a new language, saving for something big, or picking up some kind of new skill, ChatGPT and other large language models can help you create a roadmap to get there. So now it's your turn. Think about what goal you want to tackle for this year. Maybe you have some sort of learning goal or new skill goal like this. Feel free to drop it in the comments and let me know if there's any way I can help you with it. And don't sleep on next week's video. I'll be diving into even more ways to use AI to make your life easier and to help you hit your goals. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you soon.